Hello, Matthew from Lanhorne Property here, with a question that I keep getting asked and seems to be very important this week, especially following the heat wave, and that is, why is electricity in Spain more expensive than ever? The recent hike in electricity prices in Spain now make it one of the most expensive in the entire EU. What's causing these recent increases, and how can you save money on your electricity bill? Firstly, let's look at how it happened. Over the year or so, electricity prices in Spain have been rising rapidly. But it has just reached a new high, and this is amid the economic crisis left by COVID, together with the backdrop of the current heat wave across most of Spain. This is causing a large amount of complaints about prices. With one of the highest prices for electricity in the whole of the EU, it's only Italy that currently has higher prices. In fact, prices here in Spain are now close to 15% higher than both Germany and France. That said, it's interesting to understand that the final price or rate that is paid only represents around 1/4 of the total bill. So why have electricity prices risen so much? To really understand why prices are so high, we need to take into account several factors. It all started with an unusually long cold spell over winter. You may remember the pictures of Madrid, Barcelona in the snow last winter. And now we have almost all of Spain entrenched in a heat wave. This always leads to a large increase in consumption. Additionally, there's been a large increase in the costs of gas and in the costs of CO2 regulations. Gas prices are now also at record levels, and this has a direct impact on electricity prices. This is led by the fact that renewable energy, for example from wind farms, cannot keep up with the demand when there is little to no wind, something that has happened now during the heat wave. Electricity companies now have to turn to gas to generate electricity, but this produces more CO2 and in turn adds to the taxes that have to be paid. This is not unique to Spain, as I've mentioned. Italy is currently more highly priced, and Portugal is also very similar. It's also partly been caused by other countries using up their gas reserves, in particular China, and now trying to buy up lots of gas in order to restock them. What is the response from the government? Well, as prices have risen this year, the government has tried to intervene by suspending VAT payments for a short period to try and assist. However, this did not really feed through to price reductions in the markets. With continued price rises, it looks like there is very little the government can do to control wholesale electricity prices at the moment. The wholesale system is operated across the whole of the EU, and as with all markets, they are impacted by supply and demand. So what will happen next? The government appears to have conceded that prices will rise in the short term as the market is governed more by the EU, and without help from the EU, there's not a lot the Spanish government can do. Government has kind of conceded that electricity prices will continue to rise until the end of the year. So there's no easy solution, and all it can do is remove taxes, remove premiums for alternative energy sources, but think back to the disastrous sun tax in Spain. So how can you keep electricity prices down? Well, there are some significant changes announced recently in how you'll be charged for your electricity. And if you want to keep your bills down, avoid using more electricity between 10 AM and 2 PM, and in the evenings from 6 PM till 10 PM, Monday to Friday. The times with the medium electricity prices are between 8 AM and 10 AM, 2 PM and 6 PM, and 10 PM until midnight. While the cheapest times are early mornings on weekdays and all day on weekends as well as national holidays. This could mean that also only using a washing machine at weekends, for example, putting your dishwasher on at night if you're sure it won't disturb the neighbours, and only putting on your aircon during the medium or low electricity times. Not using multiple devices at the same time can also help to reduce bills. So what about going forward? Is the solution to renationalise the energy companies so that prices can be directly controlled by the government rather than the markets? What do you think? Leave a comment below and maybe we can find a solution together. I'm Matthew from Lanhorne Property, and let us know what you think in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Goodbye for now.